What is going on YouTube? Hey, I'm back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dash, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we like to do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week with your guys' help, which means definitely go down in the comments and comment your favorite altcoin you would like to see reviewed here on the channel for next week's videos. I will pick one lucky winner, and then we will review their cryptocurrency, whether it's their favorite or the most undervalued that they seem to have picked. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is the fact that cryptocurrency is literally hanging on by a thread. What I mean by that is most of these cryptocurrencies since yesterday have just consolidated sideways and are currently still retesting major resistance levels at the top of their cycle. We're seeing a lot of descending fractals with prices retesting that top resistance, and if things go well, hopefully we'll break out of that and head up higher. Hopefully we've hit a bottom, but there is obviously that major overwhelming dark cloud above us that could send the coins much lower. Now, we have experienced about a 50 to 60% correction across most of the major cryptocurrencies, which is fair. That is a big enough drop for us to reverse back upwards. On average, I'm starting to see most of these big crashes in crypto pull us down about 80 to 85%. So we'll see if that actually comes true. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but if indeed it does come true, we'll obviously be prepared to short this market. Otherwise, we'll capitalize on running us back up to the upside, as what everybody wants to see is higher prices within cryptocurrency, which is going to happen at some point. It's just whether or not it's going to happen this year or next year. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's episode. So yesterday we left off creating a video basically saying I'm buying XRP Ripple when this movement happens, and I want to talk about what exactly I'm referring to. So you can see top 10 cryptocurrencies, quick refresh, markets are actually up about 3.83%. Not too bad. Most of the major cryptos up top 10. I can see that being about a 3% average. Not really seeing any crazy particular moves, but for the most part, these cryptocurrencies have pretty much just been consolidating. It is the same exact thing we're seeing yesterday. Yesterday we saw a little correction from those resistances, as you can see right here as I pull up XRP. From where we were yesterday, we had a bit of a correction back down, and we're still consolidating, just hanging on by a thread, this downtrend right here. And it goes pretty much for all these cryptos, even Ethereum. Ethereum, we have a descending, it's like an open fractal, a descending open fractal that is currently retesting not only its uptrend here, but its moving average that would ultimately correct us lower. And I want to talk about Ethereum in a minute too, because I find it fairly interesting. We also have Bitcoin doing the same exact thing, currently retesting its descending fractal. Dash currently retesting its descending fractal. Notice the pattern that's forming on these cryptos. We have XRP, we have Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dash that are either in a descending fractal or retesting that top resistance. S&P 500 saw a big it's in retrospect to what we did, it's a pretty big dip, but it ultimately is a very small percentage drop, which was anticipated and expected from opening over this vacation weekend that we had, due to the fact that we were retesting overbought on the daily, and we have just exploded up in price. It was a matter of time before we started to reverse just a wee bit lower. But I do believe we are going to continue to head up, but we may actually see a few more days of this reversal to just send us a little bit lower on the relative strength indicator to eventually pump higher. Now, for XRP and these cryptocurrencies, I mean, my focus right now is now looking at Ethereum, which looks very interesting. So, as you guys remember, since basically the beginning of January of 2021, Ethereum has entered some sort of ascending fractal where we've had support levels and a top resistance that's been holding up fairly well. It's been fairly useful in order to basically capitalize on prior movements and future movements. But you can see I'm highlighting and circling the higher lows that have been forming on this cryptocurrency here. Terrible drawing, don't mind me, but notice higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. It keeps moving up. First time it's at $1,000, next it's $1,150, next it's $1,450, then $1,600, then $2,100, and then we had $2,300, and then we started to correct lower. What I'm starting to notice on this coin and hopefully it comes true, is we've even had higher highs forming at, 17, then 2, then 25, then 28, and so on and so forth. And what I'm noticing is within this ascending fractal that we've had here, it seems like every time we've broken above it, which was once for the most part, this was mainly FOMO, fear of missing out. People were extremely overextended. It was a good indicator to basically reference markets are a little too high. And honestly, if you had bought in at any time above here and hadn't sold, you would have just felt the wrath of overbought cryptocurrency and immediately experienced a correction back down to, back down to $1,700, which is unfortunate. And I know a lot of people that did buy in on this big blip that happened right here because they saw us just tank off and they didn't want to miss out. What's interesting is now the opposite's happening. We've had a small break in price, and we've actually managed to rally back up to our moving average on the support levels on the daily charts. Now, what I'm noticing, which is interesting, and hopefully it comes true, is it seems like maybe this is FUD. This is fear, uncertainty, and doubt of markets maybe not coming back up. And, it would be nice if this was the bottom. It's a very big possibility it is. There's also a big chance we could correct lower and pull down to 1400. So we have to see how the markets play out, but things are looking good. And what I mean by that is the fact that we've rallied up. Ultimately, we've experienced a price drop from the top all the way down, and most it was about a 61% drop. Now we've resurfaced, and that 61% drop is now 45. So we've seen about a 15% reversal back to the upside. So it very well could be the bottom, and that would be nice to see. So is the bottom over? If we manage to see price of Ethereum actually correct and get back inside our beautiful ascending fractal here, things might be fairly optimistic moving forward for cryptocurrency. Might actually get us back out of this, out of the dog pound or whatever you want to call it. But if we manage to break not only above these moving averages, but actually close a daily candle above support here, that's going to be a pretty bullish sign in us, and that eventually moving back up and creating the same ascending fractal formation and higher low formation. So things are looking very good right now for this coin. Obviously, we could easily see a big reversal off of here, or we can see prices close above. And if we close closer to about, I would say conservatively, maybe $2,500. Like if prices close us above $2,500, that's fairly bullish for Ethereum. If we close the daily above that, anticipate a rally up. Vice versa, obviously, if we close below it, anticipate a short below it or correction downwards. But that's pretty much an overall view of the way these cryptos are trading. The same thing would apply to, obviously, XRP and a few of these others. Now, I'm more towards a really conservative, bullish approach, which to me wouldn't just be breaking above 66 cents to reverse back up in this small downtrend here. Although it would be a good sign, and for a moderate to an aggressive style of trader, that is a good sign if we close above 66 cents, anticipating a reversal back up to 88 cents, eventually a dollar. But like for Bitcoin, you can see here, we are still inside a big resistance, a big sideways channel resistance level. And that for the most part is between, as we've mentioned over and over again, 30 and 40K. That is where the strong resistance level is playing out. So if we see prices, which if we were playing it like Ethereum, if Ethereum breaks us above this moving average here and we close at $2,500, we're now inside an ascending fractal, which is good to eventually pull us higher. That would be the same thing as Bitcoin seeing a correction above about $36,000, eventually swinging us back up to maybe 40K. But in the conservative standpoint, looking at this for the next buying opportunity, for me, 40K for Bitcoin is a massive resistance, guys. You can see not only do we have moving averages, we have a downtrend, we have a sideways channel, and we have our uptrend. All of this will at some point meet right here. This is where we will meet at some point, this apex right here, right around July 30th, the end of this month. So we have about 3 weeks left to really see what's going to happen. But even if we see, which may very well happen, a break above this descending fractal, which would be a good sign. Don't get me wrong. This is still referencing a potential swing to the upside. This is still a descending fractal. This is still a downtrend. This could easily break bullish. And obviously, if you close above, I'd say $36,000, it could easily swing us back up to 40K here. But understand, once we hit 40K, this is a problem zone. If we manage to close below here, we can anticipate a short back down and again pull us all the way back down to bottom support. So as a moderate to aggressive trader, buying in the second we see confirmation above 36K, you could swing it back up to about $40,000 where resistance is. For me as a conservative trader, I'm waiting to see how this plays out. If we break through it, I'll buy in at 40, maybe 41,000, leveraging it up. Or if we hit it, don't break through this resistance and start to correct back down to 30,000, if not lower, I'm going to short it at 40,000. Regardless, this point right here, I'm going to be buying in some sort of way or another, whether it's a short to the downside or a leverage long to the upside, it does not matter. I'll be doing so on BitYard, so either buying in with a leverage trade, buying in long, or selling short. Regardless, you can see what I'm referencing here. So putting leverage to about 10 times or 15 times is okay. Putting in about 1,000, and then I can sell short or buy long. That's why I like BitYard. I've linked it in the description down below. Definitely start using this. That's what I recommend. They also have a demo account, so you can gamble on the market. But things are actually starting to look kind of okay. I mean, even on the 4 hour, let's say 4 hour on Bitcoin, you can kind of see what appears to be either a resistance or some sort of ascending fractal here. You can kind of get what I'm referring to. So if we were to draw it out right here, let's see, we pull up the resistance. This is some sort of downtrend here. Whether or not it's accurate, we'll find out. It could be a sideways channel. You can see there is some sort of resistance level. We could probably cap it right here. But then at the same time, if maybe we swing to the 4 hour, you can see how we're kind of having some sort of uptrend. Notice this. If we draw a trend line up, we have an uptrend. So we're definitely in a very peculiar, interesting time for Bitcoin and for these cryptos. Notice here what's happening. This is very similar to what happened here. Notice how similar this movement is to here. So we are really consolidating down on that $35,000 resistance. This seems to be a big play for the crypto. Notice that we are retesting right now these moving averages. If we can hold this and close above, the $36,000 support resistance level that we mentioned, we could get above the 40K moving averages. We could get, the 40-day moving average, the 20, the 10, the 5. And that could ultimately send us up for a leverage to the upside. So things are looking pretty bullish right now for Bitcoin and these rest of these cryptocurrencies. If things break bullish, we should see a run to 40K as a moderate to aggressive trade. So definitely check it out. We'll see how tomorrow plays out. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.